Thank you. So I'll begin. The groom's family arrived at the bride's house. The host welcomed their guests open-heartedly and made them so comfortable sitting in a beautiful room. They were served with coffee, tea, juice, all at the same time, with snacks and homemade savories. Few moments later, the beautifully decorated bride stepped inside and sat in the hall. The groom and the bride exchanged glances and smiles. The elderly members in the family began discussing about various aspects of life, their likes, their dislikes, what they do for entertainment, what's their culture, what's their tradition, how they speak, how they dress. A lot of things they discussed among themselves. After a certain point of time, there were whispers all around, checking if the bride and the groom likes each other, though it is already decided, as it is the major factor for marriage, isn't it? After that, they ensured that all other matches are taped, and soon the bride and the groom transformed into husband and wife. They lived a beautiful life. 2 years later, they had their first son. A year later, they had their first daughter. A year later, while the husband and wife were sitting at the dining table and were speaking about their future, they decided that 7 years from that day, they have to have their own home. And they decided that they are going to save every single penny that they earn. Few years went past. One day, the wife asked the husband, "It's been a very long time that we have stepped out of our house." And they decided, let's go to cinema. And they allocated 500 rupees budget for the movie. And after a lot of argument, they bumped up by another 100 rupees. But still, the family couldn't meet it because unexpectedly, the child asked for a popcorn in the cinema. The family went and came back happily. At the end of the 7th year, they had enough savings, but still they could not meet the target to buy their own home. They borrowed from their loved and near and dear ones, and they bought their dream home and they moved in. 25 years later passed. This new family walked again into the bride's house. The groom's family this side, the bride's family this side. The exchange of communication. The groom asks the bride, "I believe you're working. Have any career aspiration, bro?" The bride responds, "Yes, the promotion is in progress. And I wish I will work for the rest of my life." Great. Now, the bride asks the groom back, "Do you own a house?" "I've applied for home. Under progress." The bridegroom asked the lady back again, "Would you like to stay with us together as a single family?" "Yes, but I still hope that in the future we live as a separate family." "And how about you? Do you have any aspiration to go abroad?" The groom says, "Yes, visa is under progress." Soon, the entire wedding ceremony came under progress and they were married and were living a happy life. They bought a new house under loan, and ever since they moved in, the ownership of that house was under progress. And after having a couple of kids, they thought they should upgrade to a larger house. They sold it and moved into a new house, and once again, the ownership of that house is under progress. The family now moved abroad and they applied for permanent residency and citizenship, and the permanent residency is under progress. The whole life they lived under progress. Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, last year's report says that 82% of Indians are under stress. 26% of professionals in India suffer from mental health, as opposed to 28%, which is the global rate. Why do you think this happens? Statistics show that India is one of the most depressed, indeed the most depressed nation in the world. We may counter by saying the accuracy of the data, but there won't be smoke without fire, and we cannot discard the data. Now, a bit of my story. These two generations, now, who do you think this father and this son is? Any idea? Could be yours, or yours. And the children, we all are. And I fall into the generation in between, but I still find myself more closer to the generation today. I was having a firm plan in my life that I will not take it home. I was blessed with a simple home, with a beautiful family. but I never wanted to take a loan. But then greed triggered, and I want to have my own dream home. So we decided that we will save money without taking a loan for the next 5-6 years. But then when that year has approached, we found that the money that we saved is not sufficient because the price of the land has gone up. And we realized that it is absolutely impossible to buy a home without a loan. So, and just to add on to that, all the people all around us are looking at us like, you don't have a loan? Don't you save tax out of it? Loan is a way to keep you responsible. It will ensure that you will have always a job. It felt to me like loan is the way we can discipline ourselves. Wow, amazing concept. That day I realized that we are all riding on a horse. And if you want to ride a horse in a horse race, you have to be on the horse, regardless of its speed. Or you have to be out in the pavilion just watching the race. If you decide to run on your foot, you will get caught in a stampede and be crushed into pieces. I took a loan, and that day I fell prey to the financial slavery. Well, I'm not against loan, ladies and gentlemen. Loan is required. We need helping hand to live our life. But we cannot ignore the fact that every single day someone in India dies because of debt. Someone flies away from India just because they don't want to pay back debt. There are countries which is being destroyed every single day because of that. We cannot neglect this factor. And why do you think all of this happens? Simple. It is because of one large step that we wish to take, or sometimes a long jump that we try to do without understanding our fitness. We end up getting cramps and we cripple down to an extent that we can never ever get back again. That is the fundamental cost. We need to understand the difference between a want and a need. A need and a want. Having a house is a need, but thinking of a dream house may be a want. A car is a need. A luxury car may be a want. But today, I don't think we have any opportunity to step out of that course we are in, because if we step down or if we slow down, we will be crushed. But the only thing that we could do is bring this awareness to the society, to the people all around us. It is required that we sow that seed of change today, so that it grows up to become a tree where our children can find shade. Till then, everything is under progress. Toastmaster.